Humans have been on the earth for about 6 million years and have been building structures to live in or worship in for most of that time. Most structures have been broken down by weather and the elements and have disappeared into history. But as humans became smarter, we were able to build more permanent, stable structures. The world is dotted in amazing architecture built by incredible architects, engineers, and artists. Everything ranging from the ancient Egyptian pyramids from 3000 BC to the Roman Colosseum in the year 70, to India's Taj Mahal in 1632, and to Dubai's Burj Khalifa in 2004. Our focus is going to be European architecture. If you do an internet search for European landmarks, you'll get a plethora of interesting and artistic buildings that were built throughout history. In France, you will find the Arc de Triomphe, which is a triumphal arch in honor of those who fought for France, and in particular those who fought during the Napoleonic Wars of 1805 to 1815. There are inscriptions in the ground underneath the vault of the arch, which include the tomb of the unknown soldier from World War I, where the memorial flame burns, and have made the Arc de Triomphe Paris a revered patriotic site. In Iceland, you'll find Hallgrímskirkja is the landmark symbol of Reykjavik. The church was designed by Guðjón Samúelsson, one of Iceland's most famous and beloved architects. His inspiration is said to have come from Svartifoss waterfall, and inside holds a 25-ton pipe organ. Just outside the church, you'll find the famous Leif Erikson statue, given as a gift from the United States. Icelanders see this gift-giving as a formal acceptance on the part of Americans and an acknowledgement that Leif Erikson, an Icelander, found America, not Christopher Columbus. In Moscow, Russia, you'll find St. Basil's Cathedral. It was built by Tsar Ivan the Terrible in honor of his military victories. The cathedral's original color are said to be white to match the white stone of the Kremlin, while the domes were gold. But in the 17th century, the facade and domes began to be painted in the remarkable colors that are seen today, and the colors are said to be taken from a biblical description in the Book of Revelations of the Kingdom of Heaven. Berlin, Germany's TV tower was originally built when Germany was divided into East and West after World War II. This was on the east side and meant to symbolize the superiority of communism. When East and West unified and got rid of communism, the tower became a symbol of unity and receives over 1 million tourists every year. The tower actually has nothing to do with TVs, though. It has a large restaurant on top that slowly spins around so diners can have a bird's eye view of the city. The panoramic views are like watching TV. In Spain, one landmark is Segovia Aqueduct, called El Puente, which means the bridge in Spanish. It was built under the Roman Emperor Trajan. It is a water conveyance structure that carries water 10 miles from the Frio River to the city of Segovia, Spain. Can you believe it is still in use? These ancient aqueducts are essentially man-made streams conducting water downhill from the natural sources to the destination. The Milan Cathedral in Italy is a giant building which took 600 years to complete. It was designed during the Gothic era and is covered in statues of saints, flowers, and fruits, plus fantastical beasts and gargoyle guards. At the top spire is a bright gold Madonna, which was covered by cloth for 5 years during World War II to keep it from being an easy target to bomb. Further searches will lead you to Rome's Colosseum, where gladiator slaves would fight each other or animals. Here's another picture of Moscow's fairy tale-looking St. Basil's Cathedral. And of course, one of the most iconic structures is Paris's Eiffel Tower, which was built entirely of steel for the Paris World Fair in 1889. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is a freestanding bell tower that had shifted just a little every year until engineers removed earth from beneath one side so it wouldn't fall over. Here is the Blue Mosque in Turkey, which is a beautiful feat of Islamic architecture that was commissioned by the 19-year-old Sultan Ahmet in 1609. Big Ben is the iconic clock tower attached to the Palace of Westminster in London. It is one of the most reliable clocks in the world, but Big Ben is actually the name of the biggest bell and not the tower. The London Eye is another fun landmark and allows tourists to get a relaxing bird's eye view of the city. It has 32 carriers, but is numbered 1 through 33 because they left off number 13. It rotates at double the speed of a running tortoise. The Acropolis in Athens is one of the most ancient buildings, having been built in 420 BC. It means city in the air. It was used for the ancient Greeks' version of the Olympics. It has been used as a church and as a mosque, and has been used to store gunpowder over the centuries. Now it is a tourist attraction. Charles Bridge is a medieval structure that was built by King Charles IV to replace two previous bridges that had collapsed. It was called Stone Bridge for 200 years until a famous Czech writer suggested it be named after the king who built the permanent bridge. And finally, La Sagrada Familia is a cathedral in Spain that has been under construction for over 150 years. It is expected to be finished by 2026. Antoni Gaudí is the incredibly famous artist who designed this building, and he believed all art and architecture should have its design taken from nature. He devoted the last several years of his life to it and is buried on the site. If you go to your internet search engine and type in European landmark line drawings, you're going to come up with a whole bunch of really neat pictures of simple line drawings of a lot of these landmarks. Pick one that you can draw that you can turn into a letter. So imagine the word London. It has an O in it, and the London eye looks like an O, so that would work. Or Berlin with the TV tower could look like an I in the word Berlin. Or how about the Colosseum in Rome, which looks like an L, but it wouldn't work for Rome, but it would work for the word Italy. So for my example, I'm going to choose the Eiffel Tower, which looks like the letter A to me. And that works out because there's an A in the word France and in the word Paris, which is where the Eiffel Tower is located. So first thing I'm going to need to do is pick which word I'm going to use. I'm going to pick Paris and decide where on the page the letters for the word Paris are going to be located. And substitute the Eiffel Tower for the A, and then go ahead and sketch it out.